Hello and welcome to the Beautiful Things channel. Welcome to the floor of my studio. As promised, today I am going to talk you through my personal stash. So I have two massive studios, obviously, that I work out of, but I keep all my own fabric and craft stash here at the studio. I don't keep it at home. If you want to see my yarn stash, then I'll link a video up here, and I went through my stash at home fairly recently. But lots of you have asked me to talk you through my personal stash and to talk you through how I organise it. So it is in one of three places in this studio. In this cabinet here, which lives underneath the table, hence why I'm on the floor, I keep my garments that I know what they're going to be, or if they are already cut out and ready to sew. So let's start with that. This is an IKEA Trofast children's toy storage, but it's a great piece of storage. It has all these big plastic boxes, or bins as you American peeps will call it, and it can keep all sorts of different things. So in the little narrow ones under here, I do keep my offcuts of vinyl, because this is the table that I use for my Cricut maker, so it's nice to have those to hand. But the bigger boxes underneath contain fabric and projects, so I'm just going to go through each one with you. So let's pull them out one by one. Now, a lot of this you will have seen recently because it's all been bagged up and organised following my trip to Singapore and Australia. Again, I'll link those haul videos up in the card, but I'll also put them down in the description. So the first one is my banana satin. That's going to be a sew over at Eve dress, and I like to keep the fabric in an IKEA grip seal bag, and if I've got the pattern I will put the pattern in there too. I've just used the pattern to make an Eve dress, so at the moment it's work in progress, but it will get put in here when I'm finished with it. Likewise, my satin here from my kimono that I bought in Singapore is also here, but as yet I haven't got a pattern for that. The other two projects that are in here is some stripy jersey that I got in Utrecht, and the pattern is in here that I intend to make with it. It's New Look K6351, and it's a, I don't know if that's going to focus, but a little stripy v-neck t-shirt. And the last one that's in here has been in here since April when I went to Arizona, and that is my Simplicity 8560 sports bra and leggings, and all of the fabric and the elastic and everything to make those is in there too. Box number one. Box number two has all my jersey scraps that I know are big enough to make either me knickers, and my pattern is here, or Little Miss Mac knickers, or more recently I made Mr. Max and boxer shorts, and this is the offcuts from those, because I now know that those scraps are also big enough to make me knickers. So whilst nothing is cut out, any jersey that is too small for anything else other than knickers goes into this box. Anything that is smaller than knickers, if I can't make a scrunchie out of it, gets binned. Now, another big box here. Ooh. Here I've got my Tilly and the Buttons Indigo. I actually made a start on a wearable muslin. It's actually here. It didn't find its way back into the box. I'm not sure why. It needs to go back in the bag. It's actually here. I had the help of the lovely Charlotte last weekend, and she helped me do a full bust adjustment. So that's actually there, and that will get turned into a wearable toile. And then I intend to make it from this grey spotty fabric that I have. So that's in there, ready to go. Then there's my lemon fabric from Australia. Again, this doesn't have a pattern in with it yet. I'm trying to still work out what pattern I want to do. There is the plain red jersey that I bought in Utrecht. Again, I'll link that fabric haul up here as well. And you can go back and catch up on all of these fabric hauls rather than me going through them again. That's got a McCall's N6884, which is a wrap dress pattern. That's in there, ready to go. Now this one is cut out. Again, this is my beautiful fabric I got in Utrecht. It's like a 60s, 70s vibe, and it's my McCall's 6696 shirtwaist dress. It's all cut out, it's all interface, and that's actually ready to sew, so I really must get that done soon. And then this is a bit of a random one. There's an old sweatshirt that I made ages ago, and I was going to chuck it out, and little Miss Max said, "Oh mummy, I really want it." So I put it on her, and I've pinned it under the arms and down the sides, and I keep meaning to just jump on the overlocker and whiz that down inside so that she can have it. So that's another big box. And then, oh yeah, there's an Adele dress here. It's made out of Lisa Comfort fabric. It doesn't fit me. So it's too big. It looks like well, I think it looks like scrubs, if I'm honest. It's got no zip in it. If anybody would like to finish this dress, please comment down below and I will send it to you if you're in the UK, and you can finish it, because I don't want anything to do with it. I just don't like it. There is then a box of scrap fabric that my mum has cut out little pieces to use. There's a big ginormous box of scrap fabric. Again, that's not my personal stash though. And then the other big box that's up here is full of stash for the studio, but they're all projects that I want to try, crafty things that I want to do as classes. So these 3 boxes really are the only 3 that have my personal stash in them. And then there's 2 more boxes. So I will show you those. Let me move you. We're still going on the floor though. Oh God. So, coming down to the side of my desk. Oh my gosh, hang on. There was a lipstick in my pocket, that hurt. I'm not very agile. There's a big pink Drona box down here, and this is full of my personal pretties. So this is where I keep all of my fat quarters. I haven't got that many. I know it looks like I have. I haven't got that many. There's mainly a few Aldi packs there and a pretty one that I bought a little while ago. And then the rest of these pieces are all my pretty, a bit lining fabric, I don't know what that's doing in there. My pretty cottons. They're mainly fat quarters or pieces left over from projects that I don't want to go into the work stash because they're just too pretty. So they're just, you know, there's bits of Care Bear fabric and things. So there's just mainly offcuts. Some of the fabric that I bought in Australia that I've used bits of, and it's all just folded up. I've got lots of 1/2 meters and 1/4 meters that Little Stitcher sent me to use in various projects. It's where a lot of my meterage from Australia lives, that you will have seen in my Australia haul, and any nice fabric that, or cottons really, it's mainly quilting cottons, that I treat myself to. It's where the fat quarters I bought in Singapore live. There's a little bit of cuffing in there that I was bought as a present, and I've also got in here all the lovely fabrics I've treated myself to, excuse the rustle, when I was in Australia. So this box, I'm not going to go through it all with you. You've seen it all in different hauls. It's mainly going to be in my Australia haul, but it's all of my fat quarters and my fat quarter equivalents of quilting cotton that I'll use in little projects. And that is just one IKEA Drona box, so I don't think that's too bad. Then there's one more big box, and again a lot of the stuff in there goes way, way, way back. It's kind of what I like to call my dirty box. It's my like dirty secret stash that I shame myself with because I've never done anything with any of it. Yeah, that. Let me show you. Now, I really do need to do something about the location of this box because it's ugly. It lives underneath my cutting table and is visual. I'm hoping that if it's out, it will shame me into doing something with some of the fabric. But this honestly goes way back. It's where I put my leftovers from projects. as well as things that I just don't know what I'm going to do with. So there is a leftover here of the fabric that I made my Eve dress with recently. There's enough of this to do something else, and once I've done my wearable muslin for the indigo, I think that's what it's going to be. But whilst I'm not sure, it can't go in the Trofast boxes. The only things that I let go in the Trofast boxes are things that I know 100% what they're going to be. I know, just me. There is an old dress that I made. This was the Tilly and the Buttons Joni dress, the one that I hated. I love the fabric, but it just looks terrible on me. So that dress is going to be chopped up and turned into something else, but I don't know what. There is the gorgeous vintage fabric that I bought from Olive Road at the latest Ali Pali Stitch Festival. No, it's Knitting and Stitch Show at Ali Pali. I don't know what it's going to become, so it's just in a bag. It's all nicely stored, don't get me wrong. There's leftover Father Christmas jersey from my Christmas dress, but there's enough to make something else. I don't know what that's doing in there. All that. There is some black jersey. It's just offcuts, but there is enough for like bands and things, so it's useful. There is a whole, I think this is about 2 meters, if not 3 meters, of blue jersey. I've had this in my stash 9-10 years probably. I made a whole load of jersey twisty scarf things for a local boutique before I opened Beautiful Things as in the studio. So that must have been about 9 years ago, and they wanted it in their company colours and blue was one of them, and I've still got 3 meters of this. So yeah, it's been around a long while. There is a whole Moomin curtain that I bought when I went to Finland, to Moominland. I just can't bring myself to cut into it. I really don't know what to make with it. Part of me wants a lovely big Moomin gathered skirt, but the other part of me just says make loads of bags with it, and the other part of me says just leave it, don't cut it. This stuff, I bought this on a whim to make a jumpsuit with. The jumpsuit looks horrible. It's rose gold, it's like crimply, I think it's like plissé stuff. I might make myself a long skirt just with a black elastic waistband. I think that would be quite nice, but I'm not sure. I bought this in Arizona. Again, I was going to make like a wiggle dress with it. It's scuba, foil scuba, but again, not sure. So it's in there because I'm not sure. And then we go to real shame because some of this is Utrecht but the first time round. So I've got this gorgeous knit which is absolutely lovely. I do keep thinking I might make the toaster sweater with that, or some kind of cozy sweatshirt. I had the animal print one, a grey animal print, like a leopardy print, and I made the Tilly and the Buttons Nora out of it, and I wear it loads in all the time, so potentially I might just make another Nora, but I don't know. These two things, these really just need to be wearable toiles of something. I was thinking about one of the Stitch Sisters coatigans. Again, this was like 50 cents a metre from Utrecht. It's really thin, really stretchy, floaty stuff in neon pink. I think there's like 2 meters of that. And then I've got, this is the same stuff but in blue stripes, but I think that could make quite a cool like coatigan, but that's just lived in there for, well, how long ago was it we first went to Utrecht? 2.5, 3 years ago. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some purple scuba, and that was supposed to be a, oh, where is it? I don't even know where it is. Oh, here we go. No, that's a jumpsuit. That was supposed to be a skirt that I was going to add to this top. I love the top. It looks lovely on, but it's really, really short. And it's like super cropped. So I was going to make a skater skirt in purple to add to this, and I haven't done that yet. So because I know what that's going to be, technically that should live in that other box. But also I know that it's super figure hugging and really tight and clingy, and I'm not very happy with my figure at the moment, so it's not going in there. I bought this to make a t-shirt with when I went to Disney, which was over a year ago now, and I was gonna Disney bound as Piglet and I never did, but that should just be an oversized t-shirt, and I probably will get that made up fairly soon. There's some quilting cotton that should be in the other box. That's teapots, I bought that in Arizona. There is a metre of pink corduroy, no idea what that's going to be. There is some pink, oh no, grey, sparkly, t-shirty fabric. So again, that could be a cowl top or an oversized tee. I need to find a pattern that I want to make with that. Some leftover stretchy knit. This is like a blue sparkle. This is left over from my Tilly and the Buttons, what's the long sleeve top with the big cowl, Freya, that I wear quite a lot, although I haven't worn it this winter. But I tell you what I could make with that is another one of those big bat-winged tops that I made and I wear all the time, and in fact I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that from the stash. It's going to go in a bag and it's going to go under there, and I'm going to find the pattern because that's a quick make and it's perfect for spring. Then there is an oversized Little Mermaid t-shirt. Again, I was going to turn that into something to wear when we went to Disney and never got round to it, but I do like the jersey. I might just kill the stretch on that with some interfacing and turn that into a project bag or something. And there is some yellow jersey binding. No idea what that was for. So yes, this box will remain the box of doom. One thing has been salvaged from it, which is not bad. Oh, two things actually, if you include the movement of quilting cotton from one box to another. But yes, if you have any ideas of what I can make with anything that is in this box of doom, I would love to know your thoughts, please. Pattern suggestions are always welcome. Nothing too fitted, nothing that involves copious amounts of changes, alterations, pattern drafting, that sort of stuff bores me. I like quick fixes and quick makes. So yes, that, my friends, is my personal fabric stash. And actually, whilst I think there's an awful lot here, I know people who are far worse than me, and I know that many of you are watching this channel right now. So I'm not too bad, I don't feel too guilty. The reason this box bugs me so much is because I don't usually buy fabric unless I know exactly what it's going to be, because I just can't sit on stuff. It really drives me nuts, and this box, it taunts me every time I walk into the room. I can almost hear it saying, Claire, Claire, turn us into something. Yeah, and I don't like it. That little lot over there, haven't got a problem with, because they're all sitting there happily, patiently waiting in their bags to become something. And slowly but surely they are becoming, so that's good. I am on a fabric ban at the moment, self-imposed fabric ban. I am not going to buy any more fabric until I have worked through some of the things in that organised Trofast unit. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, I have to have made everything before I buy new fabric, but I certainly need to make a few more garments before I'm allowed to buy fabric again. So at the moment I'm saying I'm on a fabric ban till the end of the year. I am allowed to buy essential fabrics for work, interfacings, linings, that kind of thing, and relevant haberdashery or hardware for any bags or dresses or anything like that I'm allowed to purchase. And when I go to the Stitch Festival, as it's now called, after the February half term, then I will be allowed to buy patterns and potentially kits for things if I see things that I like. Although the one thing I'm definitely going to be buying is Tilly's new book, which I have been very good, and I've been waiting patiently to go to the Stitch Festival to buy, because I like to buy it from them in person. That's just me. So I will still go, but I'm not allowed to buy any fabric. I think the only exception to that rule will be if I see any really nice viscose jersey, because I love viscose jersey. I really like working with it, and I'd really like a couple more kilo dresses for the summer. Possibly a couple more jumpsuits, maybe even I might try an Eve dress in viscose jersey. I'm not sure how it would work. I think I'd have to downsize a couple of sizes, but it might be worth a go because I love the feel of viscose jersey and it's great for travelling. So that's probably the only exception, but it's got to be beautiful and amazing and not ridiculously expensive. So yeah, probably won't find any. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be back on Friday with BTHQ banter as usual and all sorts of treats in store for you, as always, on a Monday and a Wednesday. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. Give this video a big thumbs up, leave me lots of comments, share the love and share the channel. I am almost at 8,000 subscribers. Oh, I know. No, that's a lie. I'm almost at 7,000 subscribers. There we go. Now I'm excited. I will see you soon. I'm waffling. Thanks for watching. Bye.